ladies and gentlemen, let's get into the first reaction. The truth. Gojo versus Saitama. We got One Punch Man Season 3. I think this is a good time to react to this video. In my opinion, Saitama solos. Lock in, chat.
Gojo versus Saitama. In the anime world, the strongest is shown in multiple ways, but today we're going to be looking at the pinnacle of defense in the Jujutsu world.
The only thing I can say that Gojo might give Saitama a problem with is his infinity. I don't think it, like, Saitama's so retarded and broken that, like, his domain, I don't think Gojo's domain expansion's gonna work. I don't think Hollow Purple's too slow. It moves way too slow. Saitama would dodge that easily. So I think Infinity would give Saitama a problem, but at the same time, like, it's Saitama, so he's probably just gonna win.
Versus the pinnacle of offense in One Punch Man. So who wins? Limitless versus Limitless. Who wins? Satoru Gojo versus Saitama. Satoru Gojo, being the strongest sorcerer in the modern age, as his birth alone shifted the balance of the entire world, with Gojo fighting cursed spirits separate.
Gojo is like city level, he's getting folded like an omelet. Yeah, you know, I can see that. I think Gojo, yeah, he would get folded pretty easily. I think Saitama is able to travel at infinite speeds, so infinity is basically useless. Yeah, something like that. Something like that. Yeah.
Into different grades based on their cursed energy.
Goku is enough for both of these characters. Yeah, I agree as well. What do you mean Hollow Purple is slow? It's imaginary mass moving at infinity speed. Okay, Kagero, listen, I'm so sorry for pausing the video 30 seconds of the video. Listen, buddy, I don't know if you've seen the multiple times Gojo has used infinity. First time he used it against Toji. Bro, that shit moves so slow, bro. It moves so slow. Toji Loki could have dodged that shit. I ain't gonna lie. Technically, the first time he uses it in the show is in Season 1. It moved hella slow through the forest, bro. What do you mean? And then the second time he used it against Toji, dude, Toji could have dodged it. I don't know what he was doing, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Hollow Purple is slow. It is. It is. It's easily dodgeable.
And even fighting against the devil himself, his power seems to be, well, limitless. With Gojo completely embarrassing Jogo, who is the strongest of the disaster curses, with Jogo scaling above special great curses like Dagon, who can create literal islands with his domain expansion, and all the disaster curses are ready to run from Gojo's presence alone, with their plan to bring about the age of cursed spirits being to seal.
Toji was just flabbergasted by its beauty. Yeah, no, I agree. They made it look slow so the viewers could go freaking see it, Unk. Dude, oh my god, bro. Oh, okay, we might have to watch every single Hollow Purple Gojo does, because, dude, it moves so slow. And even if you're right, even if it does move pretty fast, Saitama is way faster. Saitama is way faster than Gojo, bro. I'm so sorry. Saitama was able to jump from the moon to the earth in like 1 or 2 seconds, bro. That's pretty freaking fast. Gojo can't do that. Gojo's not doing that.
Away Satoru Gojo and grant Ryomen Sukuna his full strength, implying that they thought if all the curses in existence joined forces with a 20-finger Sukuna, they would still need to seal away Gojo. Even sorcerers like Yuki Tsukuma, who can create literal black holes that are stated to be capable of destroying the entire world, are still looked down upon by Gojo. But Gojo's strength isn't truly what makes him terrifying. It's the fact that no attack that any opponent throws will ever touch him, because of his ability. In Jump Giga Summer, a lecture was given by 2 special...
Yeah, I think Gojo's Infinity is what makes him as strong as he is. The fact that you can't touch him. But I think there are ways to bypass his Infinity. And if Saitama... Honestly, Saitama just has crazy hacks. He might just be able to bypass it.
So great mathematicians and the JJK editor, Mr. Takano, they theorized on how Gojo's ability works using in real-life math and science, with them coming to the conclusion that Gojo creates an infinite space between him and his opponent. He rapidly slows down the movements of his opponents, and as a result, they can never touch his body, which is later explained as using the same concept as the Achilles and the tortoise paradox, with Gojo even referencing it in the manga. The paradox proposed by an ancient Greek philosopher named Zeno.
Dude, we've watched so many videos explaining Gojo's Infinity at this point, like I know it like the back of my hand.
Proposes that if Achilles raced a tortoise given a head start...
Well, they gotta do a video of what if Majin Buu actually do. They would win so much easier, I'm not gonna lie. Majin Buu would have went crazy, bro.
He would never reach it due to there being an infinite amount of halfway points.
I hate this. Dude, like I said, we've reacted to this, like how the tortoise freaking paradox so much. It's so stupid. I hate it. What do you mean? What do you mean there's an infinite amount of halfway? Eventually, I'm gonna pass that damn tortoise. Look at this guy. You're telling me this jack 6'4" nonchalant freaking chrome head with this nice ass helmet on, Roman warrior ass, big ass arms, skipping leg day ass. You're telling me bro is never gonna pass the tortoise? No, bro. I'm passing the tortoise. What do you mean I'm never gonna pass? I'm passing the dude. I'm passing him.
Points between him and the tortoise, since each time Achilles would reach a halfway point between him and the tortoise, there would always be another halfway point between that and another between that, all the way into the reachless heights of infinity, which in reality would make motion impossible, as you would never reach point B from point A. However, this is not the case for Gojo, as his ability is described as using things such as neutral negative numbers and impossible situations like -1 apples are born, meaning Gojo's ability makes impossible things possible, as Zenel's paradox is real and lives within Gojo's ability. As in the same way that you would need to take an infinite amount of steps to reach the tortoise, you would need to take an infinite amount of steps to reach Gojo, with Limitless giving birth to techniques that he can use against his opponents, as when Gojo encounters the sorcerer killer Toji, he uses his technique of blue, which is bringing the concept of negative space into existence. When he does this, the surrounding area tries to fill up the negative space, creating an immense force of attraction that can make bodies.
You know, listen, I'm not gonna lie, chat. When you bring in like hard mathematics and hard like scientific theory into like a power system, that's when you lose me. Okay, that's when you lose me. When you bring in paradoxes and time altering abilities that may actually possibly be plausible based on scientific evidence. When you bring all that shit in, you lose me. Why not just give Buddy just make Buddy scream really loud and shoot a really big Kamehameha? Simple. Easy to understand. Chakra's nice, devil fruits are nice, but when you say, oh, well, did you know that infinity in the tortoise and there's an infinite amount of halfway points between Goku or Gojo and his enemy, so theoretically nobody can ever touch. Theoretically, nobody could ever touch Gojo, like, bro, like, oh well, Gojo's blue is antimatter, and antimatter is made up of half of all the unit. Like, bro, shut the, I don't care.
Implode and even amplify his stats, making him stronger and faster. But Toji was able to prepare for this and nearly kill the strongest sorcerer. However, at the brink of death, Gojo was able to use a new ability, with Gojo returning from the dead by using the reverse curse technique. This is a special type of curse technique that takes—
Diddy could touch Gojo. I'm not gonna lie, you might actually be right. You know, you might actually be right. You might be that Diddy might be the one guy who can bypass Gojo Infinity, because you know, theoretically Diddy could touch anybody.
Cursed energy and reverses it into positive energy, allowing Gojo to heal himself from death. As Gojo and Toji fight, he was able to channel reverse cursed energy, red. Being twice the cursed energy of blue, this creates a repel effect that can send some—
I'm gonna be real, I hate power scalers because they state their favorite power, but not even seeing what the other person can do. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. But Divine, but that's why I like Divine, because he'll explain both power sets and then he'll give a conclusion at the end.
Someone like Toji who can defeat special grade curses like Dagon Flying. And now for the best of both worlds. The combination of both infinities of red and blue creates an imaginary mass, an imaginary technique, hollow purple. This technique erases whatever is in its way out of existence, with this technique being argued to move at the speed of light, going off the theory of tachyons.
Okay, Divine, listen. Okay, listen. Who said it earlier? Was it Daniel? Or no, who was it? Somebody said, someone was trying to cook me. Who was it? Was it Kagura? Oh, Kagura. Oh, Kagura was saying that hollow purple is faster than I think. And he's right. It's the speed of light. It's the speed of light. But the thing is, Saitama is faster than the speed of light. Goku is faster than the speed of light. So I hate to be that guy. Still not hitting either of them. I hate to be that guy. Saitama and Goku are both faster than the speed of light. Sorry. Man, I missed the VR days. Those are truly golden. They're coming. Dude, they're here. We're going to do some VR horror pretty soon. I think I'm going to start doing VR horror games stuff. I think I'm going to clip that up on TikTok and Instagram. And I think a lot of people are going to really like that stuff. So I'm going to start making a lot more VR horror or just horror stuff in general.
Tachyons being particles made of imaginary mass that move beyond the speed of light, with hollow purple functioning similarly. But the greatest technique in Gojo's arsenal is his domain expansion. A domain expansion is the most supreme technique of any Jujutsu user. It's achieved by expanding one's innate domain with cursed energy while using—
I'm not gonna lie, he's actually really hyping up Saitama right now, but at the same time, I don't know, because Divine is an avid hater for Goku versus Saitama. He does say Goku always wins, which, I tend to agree with him. But he is kind of gassing up Gojo right now.
Barrier to construct it inside a separate space, with these domain expansions being a guaranteed hit on your opponent, meaning getting caught in one of these domain expansions is an instant defeat. However, it's not completely over, as when Gojo was fighting the strongest disaster curse, Jogo used his domain expansion on Gojo, which allowed him to bypass infinity, meaning he could kill Gojo. However, Gojo explains the best way to escape a domain expansion is to lay out your own. Gojo's domain expansion Infinite Void presents the target with limitless information, compelling them to see and feel all the information in the universe all at once, causing a state of paralysis as you slowly die. Gojo also possesses the sixth eyes, which allows him to see the cursed energy.
I just feel like Saitama would be able to somehow, with his stupid ass hacks, he would be able to bypass Gojo's domain expansion. I think, like I said, the only thing would be his infinity. Saitama was faster than the speed of light, in my opinion, so yeah, I don't know. Let's see what he says.
Of others on an extremely detailed level, as he can see the souls of others and can see the soul of Sukuna inside Yuji's body. Additionally, his eyes allow him to have an infinite use of his curse technique, with characters like Naobito being rumored to be the fastest sorcerer. This includes everyone with the exception of Gojo. Gojo would later go on to take on the King of Curses to find out who truly is the strongest Jujutsu sorcerer in history. Sukuna possesses Megami's body and has 19 fingers, and using Megami's 10 shadows, with this treasure he summons Mahoraga, a Shikigami that is literally able to adapt to anything. And in this case, Mahoraga was showing Sukuna the blueprint for Gojo's infinity, and yet Gojo is still able to fight a 3v1 and knock out the King of Curses with a black flash. Overall, Satoru Gojo would scale from island level to planetary with high—
Whoa, I'm not gonna lie, planetary, where the hell did that come from? I ain't gonna lie to you, I understand you're glazing Gojo right now, but how is Buddy planetary? What attack is planetary? He can't destroy a planet. I mean, yeah, he has the hollow purple, but I don't think the hollow purple can turn as big as into a planet. It's not that big. I mean, I guess you can use hollow purple, shoot it straight down into the earth, and then there'd be a hole in the earth, and that would destroy the earth eventually. Gojo is not planet. I agree. I think if we're highballing Gojo, maybe city level. Maybe. What's higher, mountain level or city level? I would say probably, I mean, if we're talking like Mount Everest, probably Mount Everest. I mean, he's probably mountain level. Crazy how the 10 shadows was dog, frogs, elephant, ox, and then Mahoraga. I mean, yeah, Gojo's not planetary. I don't know where he got that from. Gojo is large city level being generous. I agree. I love Gojo more than the rest of the people in this video, but he's not planetary. We got Gojo Meat Rider saying he's not planetary. That's crazy.
Hypersonic to faster than light speed. But now—
Don't trust official Divine? More often than not, Divine is right, in my opinion. More often than not. Yes, Gojo is Kagero. You might be the biggest Gojo glazer of all time. More often than not, Divine is right, but I disagree with him right there. I don't think Gojo's planetary.
Gojo's opponent is someone who has won almost—
Can Gojo, eventually destroy a planet if he spammed, 1,000 hollow purples and just aimed them right at the core of the earth? Yeah, probably. But, there's not, one attack where he could, straight up destroy an entire planet like in Dragon Ball.
Every battle in a single punch. Saitama, a human who gained the power of a god and now has the ability to defeat all of his opponents in one punch. Saitama's character is described as being an endgame protagonist placed at the beginning of the series. Saitama was able to break his limiter by doing excruciating training over 3 years. As a result, a limit that was placed on all beings was broken, allowing Saitama's strength to grow without an end in sight. With this power in his hands, Saitama cannot lose. But among the stars, there's another—
Oh, so yes, always trust official. Okay.
being who's become bored fighting weak opponents and wants a challenge. Boros, an alien from space known as the Dominator of the universe, has his targets locked on Earth, coming for one man. pause. Boros comments on Saitama's power, saying he has immeasurable strength, with Saitama at this point in the series having defeated every single monster with a single normal punch. However, Boros is different. Boros is actually able to survive one of Saitama's normal punches and kick Saitama all the way from the Earth to the moon. And Saitama performs his best speed feat so far as he jumps from the moon to the Earth, which would require him to be moving about 299,792 kilometers per second, or the speed of light.
Oh my, what did I say? What did I say? Kagero. Listen, see? I told you. Early One Punch Man, he did a light speed feat, bro. A light speed feat. I told you. Hollow Purple ain't touching Saitama. I try to tell you, bro. I try to tell you.
Boros decides to finish.
Power scaling got weird ever since I found out King Julian from Madagascar's building level. You ain't telling me. You ain't telling me he's building level. I need proof. I need proof. There's no way that little ass animal is building level. What did he do? What did he do? What do you mean he's building level? Hold on. We need to pause this right now, bro. Hold up.
And Saitama couldn't agree more, as Boros charges up his most powerful attack called the Collapsing Star Roaring Cannon, which is stated to be able to destroy the entire planet's surface. Saitama finally showing a glimpse of his true strength as he uses his Serious Punch, with the shockwave from this punch being enough to obliterate Boros' Collapsing Star Roaring Cannon and even split the Earth's atmosphere, which would reach multi-continental levels of strength. Boros states that Saitama was still holding back, and now Saitama is once again alone in the universe as the strongest in existence. Saitama ends up fighting Garou, who is a human whose goal is to become a monster himself, and his passion to achieve this.
Chat, okay, what do we think? Do we think Season 3 of Saitama is going to be good? As of the time of streaming this, only Episode 1 is out, and I haven't seen it yet, but I've heard not very good things about it. But you never know. You never know. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's not going to be as good as Season 1. I don't care. It's just not, in my opinion, it's probably not going to be as good as Season 1. Listen. I don't think we're going to get Garou versus Saitama this season, but you guys know that really famous fan animation of Garou versus Saitama when Garou is Infinite Garou? It's like a really famous fan animation that some guy did. If that turns out to be better than the official anime, pack it up. Just stop. Just be like Berserk and never get an official anime. It's okay. We don't need it. I mean, One Punch Man is a really good manga. We don't need a really good anime. You know what I'm saying? Pack it up. If a fan animation does it better than the official licensed anime, I don't want it.
Goal literally allows him to do it and becomes Monster Garou. Garou in his fight against.
It has potential, but it's not going to be comparable. Yeah, I agree.
Platinum Sperm is able to fight so fast that their movements are happening within fractions of a second, with their speed being calced all the way to 200 times faster than light. Garou is able to arrive in the presence of God, and God offers him some of his power, and all Garou has to do is take his hand. Garou declines and slaps his hand out of the way, but even that slight touch between God and monster produces something terrifying. When Garou lands back down on Earth, he's not a monster anymore. He's a god. Garou defeated all of the heroes, and when Saitama arrives on the battlefield just in time to see Garou punch a hole through Genos' core, we now see why Saitama was holding back. Holding his friend's core in his hand, the only thing he can think about now is Serious Punch. If this punch lands, Garou will be erased from existence, but he decides to do the only thing to match Saitama's power. He literally matches Saitama's power. With both of them winding up serious punches, their clash connects in space, and it launches Garou and Saitama to one of Jupiter's moons, but in the opposite direction, they left a hole in space. With this punch being labeled a Serious Punch Squared, and seeing as though they were able to destroy all the stars within this radius, and using inverse square law, we can see that this punch generated.
See, okay, right here. Listen, this is what I was talking about. Earlier. If this looks better than the official licensed anime, pack it up. I don't want it. Look at
the
this.
Stars within this radius, and using inverse square law, we can see that this punch generated multi-galaxy levels of power. Saitama states that he's.
Listen, if that part is better in the fan animation than the anime, like, dude, like, why? What are you even trying? Bro, One Punch Man is so ridiculous. It is. Even Monakage is not even that much of a glazer. I only glaze Monakage. There is H creator worked on it. I'm aware. I'm fully aware of what happened through or who's making season 3. If Saitama can move hyperspace infinity is nothing, Hopefully he puts those animation skills to oh, I know what you guys do.
Now using his full strength and begins throwing Garou around the moon as he's able to grab subspace gates and rips off the surface of the moon with a serious table flip. We get a look at how Saitama's strength actually works as it's shown on a graph in comparison to Garou. We see that Saitama has finite jumps, however there's no end. The manga confirms that this is exponential growth, meaning he continuously gets stronger without limit rather than literal infinite mass punches. He grows so exponentially fast that
they should get the people that did the fan animations to do the actual anime. Honestly, I agree. That's what they've been doing for One Piece. I don't know if you guys know, but basically the reason why One Piece has been looking so good lately is because like the studio Period, I'm pretty sure they've been like shopping around like what's the word? Like freelance animators. They've been trying to find freelance animators around the world, and they just tell them, "Hey, can you animate this scene?" And they're like, "Yeah, sure."
Garou can't.
That's what they did for season 2 of JJK as well.
Copy his strength, and Saitama catches his punch. And what happens next? Well, Saitama sneezes, and just the force of his sneeze is powerful enough to destroy Jupiter, leaving only the core. Garou kicks Saitama to the sun and tries to escape to Earth, but Saitama uses a serious fart and moves massively faster than light and is able to catch up to Garou. Yeah, this is the official manga. Garou teaches Saitama a technique that allows him to travel back in time, saying that if anyone can master the power of God without taking his hand, it's him.
Listen, okay, you guys know how I said he was like glazing Gojo? Gojo got nothing on this guy. Listen, new subscriber, welcome. Yes, sir. But yeah, no, Gojo got nothing on Saitama. Saitama's gonna like sneeze on Gojo and Gojo's dead. Dude, Saitama sneezed and Jupiter was like nearly destroyed. It's over, bro. Pack it up, Gojo. Pack it up. I'm not gonna lie, chat. Gojo might be one of the biggest frauds in anime. I don't know what made people think that Gojo's one of the strongest anime characters. I don't know what made people think that. Rimuru is stronger, Goku's stronger, Anos is stronger, Saitama is stronger. Bro, the entire dude, Krillin from Dragon Ball, Yamcha can beat Gojo. I don't know who made this up. Gojo's not that strong.
Saitama is launched back in time and the reversal of causality to perform a feat that not even the One Punch Man can do, ending a fight in 0 punches. With Saitama later taking on Empty Void, who took Garou's power and is able to do something pretty interesting. Empty Void uses an ability that defies the very causality of the universe, allowing him to perceive all the infinite possibilities and manipulate parallel worlds using this technique. But this wouldn't mean Empty Void himself is above the causality of the universe, as he just placed himself there using his ability. And whenever he does a slash on the orbs, it only does a certain amount of damage to the planet or area that he's attacking, and it doesn't affect the entire timeline. Regardless, Saitama is able to catch these attacks and defeat him casually. Overall, Saitama would scale to multi-galaxy with massively faster than light speed.
Yeah, I mean, okay, already right there we got our answer. He said, Divine said Gojo at best is planetary. He's saying Saitama is galaxy / multi-planetary. He is like Gojo. There's like, it's not even a competition. And now he's probably gonna go over like why he beats Saitama, why Saitama wins, which I agree. I think Saitama wins. Let's see what he says about Infinity. I feel like Saitama, I do feel like Saitama has some sort of way to bypass Infinity. I don't know how he would do it, but I want to see if he, comments on that.
In terms of pure strength and speed, this fight isn't close at all, and it's completely one-sided, as Saitama outscales Gojo in his entire verse millions of times over.
Yep.
However, the true argument comes when we ask the question if Saitama can get past Infinity.
Yep.
Because if Saitama is unable to bypass Infinity, he would eventually slow down and can be hit with a domain expansion, which would grant Gojo the win. However, this wouldn't be the case. Gojo's ability is shown to activate automatically. However, that doesn't mean it's instantaneous, as Gojo says himself that what he was doing consciously is now happening automatically, meaning his ability would activate as fast as his perception, as his ability has to go through a filtering process to be able to stop attacks from reaching Gojo. If his ability is unable to perceive Saitama's movements, nothing is stopping Saitama from one-shotting him. But this would actually go even further, as Saitama has the ability to interact with non-physical things like Garou's gates, and could theoretically just grab Infinity and move it to the side. Another win condition for Saitama would be simply destroying the planet, as he now can breathe in space. However, this probably isn't a route that Saitama would take. However, Gojo's domain expansion Infinite Void would be a win condition, but there are a few ways for Saitama to get out of this. For starters, Saitama could simply break the domain expansion.
Was that an analog horse? I think so. He's been like flashing like weird meme versions of Saitama on the screen that I'm pretty sure are not from the manga.
from the inside before Infinity takes its full effect, as within 0.
This is how the fight would go. Gojo shoots hollow purple at Saitama. Then Saitama sees a discount marker coupon on the ground, picks it up. The purple hits Saitama's head and bounces back to Gojo. Honestly, yeah. It's like a when he goes down, you see his bald head. It's like really shiny, and it reflects the hollow purple back at Gojo. That'd be so funny.
2 seconds, it causes normal people to go into comas for several months, and Saitama's definitely fast enough to break out. So just like almost everyone expected, Saitama's going to win. And shout out to Eric who dropped 70 to sponsor this video.
That was a good video. I'm not gonna lie, Saitama or Divine's usually right. I don't know. I disagree. I don't think Gojo is planetary, but maybe he was just highballing it, but I don't even know how he would highball into that. Anyways, chat.